The member from Newmarket, Aurora.
To the Minister of Health. Speaker, the scandal continues to grow.
The member from Peterborough.
The Minister of Health continues to boast about new leadership at Ornge, and yet the two individuals who were responsible for the operational decisions that put patients at risk are still there. Rick Potter continues as Chief Operating Officer, Steve Farquhar as the Vice President of Operations. Both were responsible for dispatch protocols that delayed launch times. Both were involved in the purchase of helicopters that, quite frankly, were unsafe so that paramedics couldn't even conduct CPR.
Question.
Both were involved in circumventing procurement policies. I'd like to ask the minister this. How did these two individuals manage to negotiate their immunity? And at the end of the day, I'd like to know from the minister, was she lied to?
I ask the member to guide his time when I say question or when I say answer for all members. It's approximately 10 seconds afterwards. I'd ask you to wrap up very quickly, please. Minister.
Thank you, Speaker. Well, the member from Newmarket Aurora has obviously been focused on this issue, and I just want to compare and contrast some of the advice he's given us, Speaker. On January 26th, Mr. Klees said the new board is in the right direction. These are competent people on January 26th. But then last Thursday, the very same member said, we haven't placed qualified people at the head of Ornge. On February 14th, the member opposite said the performance agreement was a flawed agreement. On February 28th, just 2 weeks later, he had a complete change of opinion, Speaker, and he said that the performance agreement very clearly stipulates the Ministry of Health has oversight responsibility. The member opposite claims to have raised this issue repeatedly in the House last year.
Thank you.
Out of 360 questions, Speaker, 3 were on Ornge.
Supplementary.
Speaker, why does the minister not know that Rick Potter was intimately involved in the purchase of the Augusta helicopters and signed off on the interiors that didn't even allow for paramedics to administer CPR? By now, she must also be aware that the same Rick Potter, who is part of her management team, lied about having an MBA and allowed that to be published in a prospectus to woo international investors in Ornge. And speaking of MBAs, Speaker, the minister must also be aware that Steve Farquhar, who is now 2 years away from retirement, is continuing as a diligent student of the $90,000 MBA program being paid for by Ornge.
Question.
Frontline staff, paramedics, and pilots want to know why those two people are still running the operation. Can the minister?
Thank you. Minister of Health.
I have put in very strong leadership at Ornge. They are doing their job, Speaker. Some of the decisions that the member opposite has raised have been reversed. The interior of the helicopters, Speaker, are now able to accommodate CPR. They are able to accommodate people who have to sit upright, Speaker. I have had frontline paramedics demonstrate to me exactly what those changes involve. It is not the long-term solution, but it absolutely is a short-term solution. The frontline paramedics talk to me about how we've changed, how Ornge has changed the protocol for immediate takeoff, Speaker. There was a delay put in place. That delay now has been removed by the new leadership. The changes are being made. We will do our part by bringing in new legislation, and the people at Ornge are doing their job.
New question.